Hello again, here we go with another short video presentation made specially for the Shutterbugs photographic group in Spain. And we've had a special request, and that's to talk about blend modes. So what are they, where are they, how do we use them, why do we use them, and we'll see what we can come up with. So we've got a photograph here which would be quite challenging to process, but I'm not worried about processing at the moment. We're just going to see how we can use the blend modes. Now, if we go to the layers palette, we see that we only have one layer. Now, blend modes do more or less as the name says, and they blend together two different layers. But if we've got only one layer to work with, then there's nothing for them to blend. So it makes no difference whatever we click on here. It makes no difference because there's nothing with which to blend. So let's add another layer, and we'll duplicate this layer, and the easiest way is to use the shortcut key is Control and J for John. So now you can see straight away we've got two layers exactly the same. So if we can turn one off and then swap, you see they're exactly the same. So what happens now if we change the mode here? Nothing much with darken, but if we go to multiply, you can see a huge difference. Now, not to oversimplify it too much, but every color, shade and tone is given a mathematical number for the computer to work with, and if we multiply, we're multiplying one with the other, so basically everything is going to get darker. We can scan down these just to see the different effects. Screen is the opposite to multiply. And I was asked how we choose which mode to use. Well, the easy answer is one that you like, and it's no more complicated than that. So you can scan down all of these, and some of these down here now can make, I think, some quite interesting images that can make it look like infrared photography. And this one makes effectively a negative from like back in the good old days. So now we don't have to use identical layers. Let's get rid of this one. And as soon as we get rid of that layer, you can see it goes back to normal, but let's just click normal anyway. Now let's put another layer behind. So the shortcut keys are Control, Shift and N. And let's move this down below, and if we turn off the layer for the photo, you can see we've just got a blank layer. Now if we use the gradient tool, which can be very handy for many things, and just do a bit of a gradient here, and we can color this. If we click on the top one, right now it's showing gray, but we can pick any color we want. And if we now turn on the top layer, and now we start going through the different modes, we have to activate the top layer so it's highlighted in blue. And if we now come down here, you can see that it's starting to make a huge difference. So we can put some color in the sky. So again, I'm not going to dwell on any of these for the moment, but you can get the idea. And if we go to the, right now we're in the darken mode and we've got the blue way too heavy, but that's on an opacity of 100%. So now if we click on the pixel there, the one with the color, and change the opacity, we can turn it down and down and down. If we turn it down to nothing, it has no effect, and we can just up it to put a little tint of blue in the sky. Now, if I were trying to improve the sky, this isn't the way I would use, but I'm just showing you how the blend mode can bring out certain features of different areas of your image. So have a go with it, put in a couple of different layers. It doesn't have to be just 2 layers, you can put in as many layers as you want, but the layer that you're working with has to be in blue. It has to be highlighted in blue. So if we do that and we change the opacity, for example, it's the actual image that we're affecting, not the colored layer below. So again, with the colored layer below, we need that ticked as well. And with the opacity tool, we can change how much we affect it. And that's true with using duplicate layers to identical layers. You can reduce the effect by changing the level of the opacity. So just to make sure the layer that you're working with has to be highlighted in blue, and it must be turned on. If it's turned off, then obviously it's not going to change anything. So that's a very brief introduction to the murky waters of blend mode. So if you have any questions, feel free to WhatsApp me or email me through the Shutterbugs email address, and I hope it gives you something to play with while we're still in the lockdown mode. So that's it for this one.